You're under contract. Now what? Now the fun begins. So the first 2 weeks are typically your inspection period. So the buyer has 2 weeks to basically do all their due diligence or whatever specified amount of time that they put into the contract. Sometimes they put 10 days to make it a little more enticing. Sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 3 weeks, depending on what type of property is and the scope of what they really need to get done. On a normal real estate transaction where you're just selling your house, 2 weeks is just pretty standard. They are going to go out and do a normal home inspection on your home. They're going to schedule it with us. They're going to have the home inspector, the buyer's agent's going to be there, and the buyer. They're going to be all at the property together. We recommend that you're not at the property during this time. You got to understand that they're buying a house, and this is a time that they can really get kind of intimate with the home and really feel like it's like something that they're actually going to live in. And so this is a period, usually home inspection's about 2 hours. So they're spending 2 hours inside your home. By the end of the home inspection, they know everything that's wrong with the home. And hopefully they've fallen even further in love with your house and they know whether or not they're going to move forward with this transaction at that point. So it is important that you're not there, and their agents representing them, so they're going to be there the entire time along with the home inspector. And so once that process is done, if you have well and septic, there'll also be a septic separate inspection for that. And if you have a pool at your house, they can also do a pool inspection. There's a number of different things that people can do. Tank sweep is also one thing that I always suggest everybody to do, because you just never know. And the homes in New Jersey, they're built anywhere from the 1920s and on, depending on the area that you're purchasing in. We just don't know. We've found homes that have oil tanks that nobody knew was there. And, so these are things that we always look for whenever we're, going through a transaction. So, once they're done the home inspection period, they're also working on their mortgage the entire time. So we have appraisal, there's title work being ordered, there's survey being ordered. And all these things are going on in the back end. They're not really things that you have to worry about, but I just mention them so that you know that these things are happening without you really having to be a part of it. So the buyer's bank orders the appraisal. We schedule that with you. The appraiser comes out, they look at all the comps in the neighborhood, and as long as the value comes in on what they're purchasing the property for, we're good. We don't have to worry about any further negotiations. The survey is just basically exactly what it sounds like. They're just doing the plot plan of the property just to make sure that there's no encroachments from the neighbor's yard or any easements that we don't know about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really not a whole lot we're making sure that all these dates are hit and that we're making sure that everything gets done. And the last thing that they have is the commitment date. The commitment date is when the mortgage company basically just tells them, yeah, you're good. We've reviewed all your documents. We've seen the appraisal. We've seen the title work. We're okay with everything, and we're going to give you a loan. Now, just because they got the commitment doesn't necessarily mean they're 100% going to close, but they, a couple days prior to closing, they'll get what's called a clear to close, and that's when you know that you're good to go and that they're buying this house no matter what. So, as long as there's nothing unforeseen that comes along, that's pretty much where we're at in this process. So, that's what happens once you're under contract. So if you have any questions, comment below or feel free to give us a call.